Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 209 to my random chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, I finished up talking to that cute little grass fleet Coco that, well, his quite little name was Coco, which is ironic because I named the Skeletors Coco before. I just talked to him for a while, and I finally got to meet his family, which thank goodness didn't find me as a threat once I explained everything. But now we're going to do one of the last three I have on here that I've made. Like I said, I did make the scientist Trico and the zombie Rexy. However, I'm going to do the one I made, I think, yesterday. The other one I made yesterday called the Kyurem Fused Fusion. It originally did have a different name, but I changed it to make it more easier to find, and so it wouldn't be as confusing. So yeah, I know it's gonna sound weird, but this is my own take on Kyurem's form. And here's the thing right here: the tagline is this is a dragon Pokemon with 4 types. It sounds weird, but again, guys, it's a fusion of all 3 of them. It'll be hard to know which typing to use if I only did one. Like I said, I'll let the voice read out the greeting that's already on here. So yeah. The definition for this actually ain't that long. And it's more talking about how this is my take on it. The little backstory for Kyurem is this. The Kyurem Full Fusion. This is my take on if all 3 dragons from the Unova region fuse together. Because of their fusion, this is the first Pokemon with 4 types. Dragon, Fire, Ice, and Electric. It has taken on more of a wyvern dragon appearance. It has Kyurem's ice spikes, Reshiram's wings, and Zekrom's electrified tail. But they also can stand on their hind legs and fly when needed. Here's the thing. Because of people fighting over truth and ideals, when fully fused, since they are no longer fighting for that stuff, the only thing they want is a strong bond with a trainer. One who will care about them and their well-being. If they find someone they like, they give you a special item called the Atomizer. There's one problem with all 3 of them being fused though. They are a lot nicer, but still occasionally get into fights with each other, which will actually cause them to unfuse, and you have to resolve the situation before they can be fused back. That's the point of the Atomizer. But if used when they are still angry, it does not work. Will you be the nice trainer to help them? I'm definitely going to try to. And the description is basically kind of the same thing, except I give kind of a little bit more credit to myself. This is my take on what would happen if the 3 legendary Pokemon from Unova fused together. And that's it, guys. The rest of it's from the point of view of the voice, which I hopefully ain't terrible. I forget what the voice is. Let's let it read out the greeting. Please do not sound terrible. We're about to find out.
You are walking on a road that is safe to walk on when you see a big dragon flying through the sky. What is it?
What is it? A big dragon flying through the sky. What in the world is that above me? Please don't hurt me. The last time I tried talking to him, he actually came down pretty friendly, but... Oh, that's kind of terrifying. What the frick?
The dragon notices you and flies close to you. It lands next to looks you straight to the eyes, as if it's looking into your soul.
Oh, heck no. The dragon notices you and flies close to you. It lands next to you and looks you straight in the eyes, as if it's looking you in your soul. Oh my gosh. Hey, buddy. You weren't gonna hurt me, are you? Oh my gosh. The dragon leans closer to you, and you can tell that no matter how big and intimidating the thing is, he's nothing but a friendly creature looking for a friend. Okay, good. So he's not trying to hurt me. You're really nice? Question mark? I swear if he starts speaking English out of nowhere, he nods his head as if saying, "Yep, that's me," and looks at you in a way that's almost like it's expecting some sort of head pats. So like, what in the world? How am I supposed to pay a giant legendary, a flipping gigantic legendary though? Is he gonna lean his head down and let me pet him? Let me ask, do you want me to pet you? It nods again and lays down in front of you, ready to receive head pats. Yep, he just laid down in front of me. I gently pet the top of the Pokemon's head. It likes the head pats and it leans its head against your hand a little, showing that it enjoys it even more than before. Can you speak? Question mark. Probably not. Although I swear one time I talked to him, he speak. Oh, excuse me. He nods yes and tries to speak. Yes, I can. It may be able to speak, but it's kind of difficult for it right now. Probably since it's trying to speak for the first time in its life. Oh, Jiminy Crikey. I continue to pet the dragon's head. I didn't put the stars. Hopefully it don't screw me for that. Oh no, there we go. He relaxes even more as you pet him, even closing its eyes, and it lets out a small groan. But you can tell it's a groan of joy and it doesn't want you to stop. Okay. So far, a friendly legendary. I pet the dragon for 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes feel like 5 hours to this dragon, as he's enjoying every minute of it, feeling every little scratch you give its head as the minute pass by. That's adorable. Why were you so interested in landing next to me a while ago? He probably ain't going to speak English properly enough yet. He thinks for a moment before answers. Wanted to make a friend. Okay, there you go. I wouldn't mind. Period. I would love to be your friend. Dear me, imagine what would happen if this dragon did love you, though. Like, Dago, imagine how protective he'd be. His excitement gets the better of him, and he jumps up and puts his 2 front paws on your shoulders as if to say, "Really?" So sometimes he speaks and sometimes he doesn't. Although he said it was like the first time he got to, so yes, I will be your friend if you want. He's gonna flip and he's gonna flip and jump so high in the air he'll probably go to space and back down. He looks at you like, really? You actually mean it? And it waits for you to hug him. Okay. I hug the dragon. There we go. You hug the dragon, expecting things to end there, but then he wraps its wings around you like a big hug and does not let go. This is so cute, dude, and this is a giant legendary with all 3 of them fused together. This is a legendary. A legendary would not be this trusting. Although again, we've never seen what Kyurem's actual or see what the dragon's actual full form is. We've only seen part of it with Kyurem fusing with Reshiram or Zekrom, never all three. So who knows? Maybe Game Freak would do something like this. I don't know. That would be honestly really cool. Thank you! Exclamation point. You were really nice. Nice? You think I'm nice? I've never heard those words ever before. His wings hug you harder and it starts sniffling a little as if it's about to cry. Dig gum. You are a legendary Pokemon that could hurt me if you wanted to. But instead you're being extremely friendly. Yes, I could have hurt you, but I didn't want to. Something in you gave me a feeling that I could trust you. Its wing hugged you even harder and it starts crying. Not of sadness, but happiness. That's so cute. I'm glad you could sense the kindness in me. I might ask him who he is and see what he actually says. Most humans have only been cruel to me all of my life, but you truly felt like the first one who was not only kind but nice too, and that feels amazing. His wings relax a little as it stops crying and leans against your shoulder. Again, how tall is this legendary? The fact that he's doing that I mean, same thing with Rexy, the dinosaur that I talked to a few weeks ago. He's so big, how does he not flip and accidentally knock me over whenever he's trying to be friendly? Who are you, by the way? Watch him think I'm stupid or something. They oh, they call me the Fusion Dragon. It looks at you as if waiting for your reaction. That's really cool! Exclamation point. You definitely look familiar. Familiar? You recognize me? Wait. It leans forward to closely. It leans forward and closely looks at you while looking like it's trying to remember where it may have seen you before. You were called the Fusion Dragon. Period. You look like a cross between. I hope I spelled the Pokemon's name right. Oh my gosh! Yes, that's correct. I'm fused from those three. It seems surprised that you figured out all of that by yourself. At least I know. Period. I'm like, you're the first human to know that about me and not react with hatred. While saying the word hatred, he seems down, and a bit sad even. People have been mean to you, question mark? Evil motherfrickers. Yes, most humans that I've met have tried to either shoot me. Excuse me? Hold on, I wonder if I can. Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading this right. Most humans that I've met have either tried to shoot me with guns or arrows, or catch me with a giant metal ball called a Pokeball. So, hey guys, not only are you trying to hurt a poor little Lugia or a Crocodile, you are now trying to hurt a Kyurem that's fused for all three of them that could literally take you out. Y'all are not, whoever keeps doing that is not thinking straight. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are flipping nuts. I won't try to hurt you. I wish it'd pick up my voice better. Really? You won't try to capture me or harm me in any way? He looks at you in pure confusion and surprise. No, I promise I won't. Period. You haven't been mean to me. And didn't even try to attack me. Why would I? I mean, seriously, why would I attack that poor dragon? I would never even think about being mean to you or attack you. You've actually been very nice to me. Something that rarely seems to happen these days. He lowers his wings and looks directly into your eyes. Wow, something that sounds relatable to real life. Something that really seems to happen these days. You've actually been very nice to me. Just those two sentences could be a metaphor for something in real life right there. That's insane. Why are you so nice to people, though? I want to say something else, but I don't know how to word it. Most humans say that it's because I'm a legendary Pokemon. Usually legendaries are like the most mean Pokemon, or a mythical. But in reality, it's because I actually want to be nice to people, not to scare or hurt them. People just assume that I'm mean or evil because of how I look, but I'm just a big teddy bear in the end. He closes his eyes with a little pout. It's okay, exclamation point. I won't hurt you. I care about you. I like how quickly I can just fall in love with a Pokemon just because they're being so sweet. You actually care about me? No one has ever told me that before. People have always just called me a monster, but no one has ever said they care. You really are one of a kind. He leans his head against your chest. Thanks, exclamation point. But so are you. You don't know many legendaries that could be sweet to people. I mean, like I said, I've had a few nice Lugias before, but they never didn't start out like that. Most of them hated me. You are right. Most of them would try to harm you at even just seeing them. But I'm different. I always was. I wish people could see that and could care, even love me for being who I am, instead of seeing me as this giant, scary monster. I want to ask them, how did you and the other two fuse together anyway? Question mark. Watch him give me. I would be like, it was because of this, the atomizer. That'd be kind of funny. The region of Unova was being torn apart by people who had different ideals and wanted others to believe in their ideals and truth. The only thing that could have saved it was to fuse the dragons of the two legendary brothers, Reshiram and Zekrom, together to make a being of truth and ideals. And that being was me. I was created to bring the region back into harmony, which I did indeed succeed in doing. What about Kyurem? Did he not? The only thing that could have saved it was to fuse the dragons of the two legendary brothers, Reshiram and Zekrom, together to make a being of truth and ideals. What about Kyurem? Let's see. Kyurem was part of the three brothers, just like Reshiram and Zekrom, but Kyurem wanted to turn everything into ice and freeze things, and as such, it wasn't a being of truth or ideals like Reshiram and Zekrom. So Kyurem didn't have any use in the fusion process. So Kyurem was put aside in the meantime and never used again after my creation. If I remember correctly, Kyurem ran away and isolated somewhere deep in a giant cave. That's odd. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Is it because of your fusion? Of your fusion that you are so nice to people now? Especially me? Hold on, guys, I'll check that. Give me a second, because that actually was a text. Who would be texting me at 8:14? There ain't no way somebody's texting me at 8:14. Probably nothing important, but you never flipping know. Yep, kind of feeling. Nothing important. Sorry about that. Exactly. I believe that the fusion had a bigger impact on my personality than people could have ever imagined. Instead of becoming this fierce being focused only on ideals, truth, and harmony, I actually became a big sweetie who wanted nothing more than to have friends and make everyone happy. That's really cool. Period. But I thought had to be there in order to fuse. How did they get just you two to do it? He's gonna think I'm stupid. No, Kyurem didn't have to be there to fuse Reshiram and Zekrom together. Kyurem was completely unnecessary and irrelevant for the fusion process. Reshiram and Zekrom were the ones who had to be there together. That's all we needed. Kyurem was just a leftover who didn't matter and now runs around somewhere isolated from civilization. Okay, that's really cool. Wait. The fusion process didn't really have a lot of requirements either. As it turned out, Resham and Zekrom actually wanted to fuse, and they both agreed to become one being, as they shared similar beliefs despite some very small differences, and as such, they wanted to become even stronger and fuse together as one, creating a being that stood for both of their ideals and truth. Me. It explains the fusion process a bit further. Hmm. You can't just unfuse. At will, can you? Question mark. I'm just kind of curious. That's the weird thing, because... No, process I went through to fuse was a permanent one. Okay, good. Once the two dragons are fused, they can't unfuse at any time. It is a one-time thing. There was no going back once the fusion was done. As I am created, the two brothers Reshiram and Zekrom are gone, replaced by me, and me alone. At least you're very friendly. Period. That's what really counts. I really tried my hardest to be friendly. It's not easy living a life like this, where people instantly want to shoot and capture you with metal balls, not wanting to hear you out. But you have no idea how much your kindness helped me. Truly. I appreciate that. Exclamation point. I still find it kind of cute how he took to me very quickly. I just said hello or what in the world and he comes flying down. He's like, only thing is he couldn't speak to begin with, not easily. His wings wrap around you and it leans its head against you again. I really appreciate you being nice to me. Most humans are just cruel to me and not kind. So thank you for being nice and kind to me. His wings start hugging you even tighter. You're welcome! Exclamation point. Oh crap, it was getting kind of long. I have to stop. It's been almost 30 minutes. I'll do one or two more. You see you see him start tearing up a little bit as the tears roll down his face. I want to ask you one last thing. Alright guys, well we'll leave this one kind of a cliffhanger then. I'll see you for the next episode when we see what he wants to ask me.